My wife and I were in a grocery store. We were shopping for cleaning supplies. And as we looked through the aisles, we saw this one product that appealed to us. The brand was called Pledge. We knew that it was a trustworthy product. Our parents had used it, we've seen it in other places, and of course we've seen the commercials as well. We knew deep down inside that this was the right product to buy. So we grabbed the product, and then we looked at each other funny because we both had two separate items. I had the Pledge wipes and she had the spray. As things began to heat up, we started to argue and debate. In fact, it got so hot that we didn't even know where we were. All of a sudden, it was just two people yelling at each other fiercely. We won't stop for anything. And then all of a sudden, a man walked up. He put his arms around us and he said, "What are you guys arguing about?" I told him, "Look man, I know that these wipes are gonna work." And Shivani insisted the sprays are so much better. I knew I was right and she knew that she was right too. That night, we had a divine intervention. And when I went home, I realized that she was right. The wipes don't work as well as the spray. So in this video, I'm gonna share with you how to stop arguing with your wife and what you need to do to fix every single problem in your life. So please listen up. The first key is to think bigger. As I was arguing with my wife, I started to realize that we were actually arguing about nothing. We were running into the trees, but we weren't looking at the whole entire forest. If you were to step back and go up to the mountaintop and look at the whole entire forest, you're gonna realize that there's really nothing to argue about. Your husband or wife are there to help you. They're not there to hurt you. They're not there to fight you. They wanna help you. They wanna assist. And if you think the problem is worth arguing about, where you start slashing their tires and cursing them out, then you're missing the whole point. My friends, you don't have to attack your spouse just because you want to win an argument. What you need to do is to ask yourself, do I really want to argue? Do I really want to fight? Because deep down you know that your spouse is trying to help you. Your spouse has your best interest in their heart. And they're just doing their part because they know that you need their help. Now I know that not every single person can help you in the same way that you expect them to. But at least they're trying. At least they're insisting to help instead of leaving you in the dark. So that's the first point. Ask yourself, are we really arguing about this? Sometimes as Shivani and I are talking, I'll ask her, do you really want to argue about this or should we move on? And she'll say, you're right. And she'll do it back to me. Because we know that we don't want to argue about something so small when we have such a large goal that God has set before us. The second step to stop arguing with your wife is to apologize early and often. Look, arguments come up because sometimes they don't feel heard. Sometimes they feel misunderstood. And if you just go up to them and apologize, even if you know you're right, you're gonna set the record straight. You're gonna do whatever it takes to get them back on your side because you know it's a long-term game and you need them along the ride. Here's another fun thing to try. Walk up to your spouse randomly and tell them, you know what? You were right. What you're gonna do is you're gonna catch them off guard. They're gonna be surprised. They're gonna be so shook that they're gonna wonder why you're in such a good mood. And then that opens up room for conversation. Another technique you can use is to just walk up to them and apologize. It doesn't have to be for any reason. Just walk up to them and say, honey, I'm so sorry for anything I ever did, anything I ever said, any way I ever made you feel about yourself. Do you accept my apology? Again, you're gonna catch them off guard. You're not gonna know what to say. They're gonna be like, you're sorry for all the things you did? And they're gonna think they have leverage, which is good because you want them to win. You see, when your spouse wins, you win because your spouse is a part of you. So make them feel good. Make them feel special because if you apologize early and often, you'll win them back in no time. And the third step to stop arguing with your spouse is to resolve all conflict. Look, my friends, every single relationship has conflict, and especially in a marital one. So if you are dealing with so many different elements, the kids, money, jobs, family, and so many different things, you have to talk it out. Because if you don't talk it out, it's gonna come out in other forms. And that's why so many people suffer in their marriage. They end up arguing about little things because they haven't focused on the bigger things. They haven't been able to pinpoint the major problems that's been holding them back. And so anytime they feel agitated, they're gonna lash out. They're gonna make sure that they feel heard even if it has nothing to do with how they actually feel deep down inside. Look, my friends, almost all marital arguments start as something small that ends up as something large. Because all it takes is one spark to start a forest fire. All it takes is one mistake, one pet peeve, one bad habit to tick off your spouse and get them started. So before you get to that point, be proactive. Make a list of all the problems that you currently have. All the conflicts that you know you need to solve, write them down. Make a list. Take some time to talk about it. You might have to go out to dinner. You might have to go to a different room in your house. You might have to take a drive even if it's leading nowhere. You might even have to take a vacation so you can understand how your spouse is actually thinking. But whatever you do, solve the conflicts when they're small before they take off like a forest fire and become too large. I want you to think about all the couples that waste valuable time. They walk away from each other for an hour, or a day, or a month, or a year, and they're separated. Well, 1 hour might feel like one, but it's actually two. Because not only are they wasting their time harboring the pains, but they're also wasting yours. 1 hour might turn into 2 days might turn into 4 months could turn into 8. 1 year could take a whole decade. So make sure to solve the problems before it's too late. So there you go, my friends. This is Daniel Alley. I just gave you 3 steps to stop arguing with your wife. Remember, ladies, if you're watching this too, this also works with your husband. Always do big things, resolve your conflicts, apologize early and often, and make sure to see the bigger picture. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and please hit that notification button because there's so much more I want to share with you. Again, this is Daniel Alley. If you want to see more videos like this about marriage, or you want to see Shivani's side of it, please make it clear in the comment section below. Again, this is Daniel Alley. I look forward to your success and every single thing that you will do with your spouse in the future. I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.